What's going on, y'all? Welcome to day 3. Is that right? It feels like day 1. I'm so excited. Day 3 of the 100 offer challenge. How many offers have you guys made so far? Type in the chat. Say hello. I know you guys are just coming in. We'll give you all a minute to get settled in, get comfy. We are going to be talking about offers. Surprise, surprise, right? This is all about making offers. I'll say it again. If you're not making money, you're not making offers. It's the number one rule in real estate. Make offers, make offers, make offers. And we've been showing you the simple way and the little more, I don't want to say hard, but the more work type of way to make offers. We're going to actually even simplify it even more today. But we're going to be showing you how to send the offers out, right? Day 1, we showed you how to pick a market, how to get a list. Day 2, we showed you how to calculate an offer. And you could do it with a fancy formula or a spreadsheet, or you could do maybe an ARV times a certain percent, or your list price, or like a list price times a certain percent, or just use a market analyzer and it'll automatically create the offers for you. Now, we've all understand, right, that, you know what, it's okay if it's not perfect, if it's not the exact number it should be. The whole point of this is to make offers and get our foot in the door, as it were, right? This automation, these tools, this is a numbers game. And so we're going to, the market analyzer is going to get you 85, 90% of the way there, which is all you need, because we're going to be sending out offers. We're going to be sending out a lot of offers. And that's how you do deals, right? This is the shortcut. It really is. This is the shortcut to do deals. And I want you guys, if you're coming in now, type in the chat, I'm still all in. Are you still all in? Are you still, like Joe, I'm going to be doing this. I'm not going to be sitting on the sidelines anymore. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to stop being a professional student, and I'm going to start being a professional investor. And I'm going to start making offers. That's it. Remember, your speed to income is directly proportional to the number of offers that you make. So let's make offers. Let's make offers every day. What if you take this and make 100 offers every day? Can you imagine that? Do you think you might do a deal? That's 100 offers a day. That's 500 offers a week. That's 2,000 offers a month. Do you think you would do a deal? Yeah. Now, I think we're ready to go. Do you see the comments, the chat, Mike and Henry? Are people ready? Saying, yes, I'm all in? This is something that's a verbal commitment. It's like you might say in here, I'm all in, but I want you to like type it out, because that's like getting it out. It's like putting it out there in the universe in a certain sense, right?
Yeah.
If you're still all in, type it in the chat.
That's right. Put it in all caps like Dan with 4 exclamation points.
Yes. Let's go. Let's do this. All right. So good. I'm all in, Mike. I don't know about you. Are you all in?
I'm in. Yes, sir.
We're all in.
Let's go. This is Joe. This is such an exciting day. This is a pivotal day in the 100 offer challenge.
Yeah.
Right. Team, I'm just going to tell you that those of you that are all in, you're going to make more offers today on day 3 in the challenge than you've likely made potentially in your life in all days prior up to this challenge. And this is why we talk about this being such a breakthrough and such a line in the sand week, because of the action steps that you're going to be taking today. And again, we're going to walk you through this step by step, right? We're going to show you the how to make an offer on a house, how to make an offer on land, and just continue the journey here. So anything else, Joe, as we get started, or am I good to jump in?
I think we should get started. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. Quick review of where we've been. All right. Day 2, we went over the 2 anchors for houses, right? After repaired value for a fix and flip, gross monthly rents for a rental. And then Joe talked about how to average the lowest 3 comps on a land deal. And we talked about the math. And then coming out of day number 2, your first 30 offers should be prepped, whether you did it manual or whether you did it automated. You should have 30 records inside your list that all have an offer price, right? And then you also turn them green, so they're very easy to identify, okay? And as a review, this is an action taking group. All right. This is an action taking challenge. And I love seeing everybody that's bought in. All right. Because you're moving towards the breakthrough that you showed up to get when you registered for the challenge, which is awesome. A couple things, same links, right? We've brought these up. VIP access. Make sure you have access to FreedomSoft and the technology. Makes your life so much easier. All right. And that's joemccall.com/100VIP. Also gets you long-term access to these videos, to these challenge videos, so that you can go back and review them if you want to. Second, and you saw automation on full display yesterday, you're going to see it again today. How quickly we can get offers out the door with automation. That's the market analyzer tool. And that link, many of you have already taken advantage of it. Many more of you will take advantage of it today, but that's joemccall.com/100fast. All right. So here we go. The two very simple formulas that are super powerful, right? That are really setting up and are foundational to everything that we're doing this week in the challenge. So no offers equals no money. No action equals no result. All right. Check this out. This is what breakthrough looks like. My husband and I joined the 100 Offer Challenge back in August. We just got our first contract from the challenge. I'm so thankful we purchased the Market Analyzer, Dynamic Offer Generator. It has made sending offers much faster and easier. Donna, all right. Came into the challenge. Wasn't really sure how to make offers, didn't know exactly what to do, came out of the challenge. We just got our first contract. And now, team, in the days following, in the weeks following, in the months following, the system is in place. Super easy for Donna and her husband to continue to follow because the system is set up and in place. All right, remember, simple, system, and scale. That's what we're putting in place this week. There you go. Next slide. And here's what you're finding. And the reason you want access to FreedomSoft is because, for the most part, the tech's just already in place and built. All right. You have to turn a few things. You have to set up just a couple things. We're going to be doing some of that today. Make sure your phone number is set up. But these are all very, very simple items to have this very simple system in place. All right. And that's what technology should do. It should make our lives easier. It should help us get more done with less effort. And you've seen that, the last couple days, and you're going to see that again today, on how easily we can get offers out the door in very little time using the tools in FreedomSoft, and especially with the automation. All right. So number one, we're still reviewing a little bit. We need opportunities. We built that on day one. We need a pricing formula. We talked about that yesterday on day two. Obviously, technology is going to be all throughout this challenge. All right. And we're going to continue to build on what we've already set up here on day three. So number one, opportunities list. You already have it. Your custom field section, I'm going to be showing you that today. It's not complicated. The fields that you need are already in your account. You got a peek or a preview of them yesterday with that offer price field. We're going to go back and revisit that section today. Number three, your offer template. I will be going over the house offer template. Joe will be going over the land offer template. Both of them are already in your account and ready to go. We're going to show you how to use them. Autopilot sequences. I'm going to show you how sending direct mail in FreedomSoft is very, very different than a typical mail house. This topic came up a little bit yesterday on day two. It's going to come up a little bit more today, and we're going to show you how you have full control over the direct mail that you send and the offers that you send. There are no minimums, and the timing is completely up to you, which means that this is a really, really flexible system when it comes to making offers. All right, we'll explain it. Your phone number, that's key. All right, because people will be responding via phone call or text, and we want to make sure that you're capturing all of those inbound leads and staying organized. So we're going to talk about that. Your lead campaign. Think of a lead campaign in FreedomSoft as a bucket. We're going to designate a bucket to capture inbound responses as you make outbound offers. And because we have a designated bucket, all right, we just call it a campaign. All of those inbound responses and leads are going to be organized the second they come in. All right, so you know exactly where to find them. And then your deal negotiator coming soon. Stay tuned for that one. But team, we have number one knocked out. And today we've got a number of things to cover, but we're going to knock out 2 through 6. And then number 7, you're going to have to wait for. Okay. So we have a lot to do. All right. Today's topics. I'm going to show you how to make sure your phone is set up and in place. Make sure your campaign, your bucket to capture all the inbound leads is ready to go. We're going to talk about direct mail templates. Okay. We're going to talk about the direct mail sequence that controls the sending of the direct mail. And then both for houses and for land, Joe and I are going to show you how to do, how to send offers manually. And then we're going to show you how to send offers automated. All right. So manual, and really the reason we built these in to show you what to do, but automated because your time is valuable. We want you on the automated path. All right. Your time is valuable. You're the CEO of your real estate investing business, right? CEOs don't waste their time. They value their time just like you should be doing. And again, you're going to see automation on full display today. Okay. So who's ready to roll? I'm going to switch screens here. That's right. I'm going to jump into FreedomSoft and we're going to knock these things out one by one. They're not complicated. All right. Jot down a couple notes on these, but they're not overly complicated. And then you definitely want to be VIP so that you can go back and watch these again if you need to. All right. But I'm going to touch on, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different areas. Okay. So here we go. First thing we're going to do is make sure our phone number is set up. So what I'm going to do is come up here to your name. Right, I'm going to go to my name just like you go to yours. Click onto your settings page. And then over here on the left-hand side, I'm going to click on phone. Now, I have a 314 number in here. I built my list in St. Louis. 314 is a St. Louis phone number. We typically operate with local numbers. Joe can speak to numbers. I think he uses local, maybe some toll-free. You can add local or toll-free numbers in FreedomSoft. All right, and setup is going to be identical. So I'm using a toll-free number. I have a St. Louis number. Now, a couple things, team, that I'm gonna recommend. When you first put a number in here, this call recording icon is gonna look like that. It will not be green. Okay. Call recording in FreedomSoft, it's only a half cent per minute. And here's what I'll just tell you. It is one of the best ways to get better on the phone, talking to sellers, talking to buyers, just, engaging in business, to be able to go back and listen to your phone calls. It is a fantastic training aid. Okay. So if you want to turn on call recording, it's off by default. But if you want to turn it on, click that little icon and then you just bump that little switch on. Now, as I show you how to do this, call recording rules and regulations are different state to state. So you probably want to go online and just look them up in whatever state you reside in. All right. The way I understand it, I'm not a legal expert on this, but when it's used for training purposes, from what I understand, most states allow it. And that's what you're doing here. This is for training purposes. Okay. So bump that on. You go back to this screen and it's on when that little icon turns green. All right. Then we're going to come over here and edit this phone number. So I'm going to click the little pencil icon. Now, the first thing that I want you to do is when you first add a number into your FreedomSoft account, this voicemail recording will say default message. You do not want to leave it at default message. This is a really short message. It's pretty robotic sounding. This is the message somebody will hear if they call and you don't answer. Same thing you set up on your cell phone. All right. When you're making offers to people, do not let them call your number and wonder if there's even a human being present on the other side of this phone number. So what you're going to do is, and write this down, you're going to go into this voicemail field and you're going to click the drop down and just select record custom. And when you select record custom, this little record button right here pops up. And all you have to do is click it and speak your message into your computer. Now, I say something very basic. Joe, you may have a different script, but I go, hey, you've reached Mike. I hope you're having a great day. If you have a property to sell, or you could say if you have land to sell, whatever it is, leave me your name and number and I'll call you back as soon as I can. That's it. There's no high pressure. I don't say anything about you've reached XYZ investments and we're AAA rated on the blah, blah, blah. Okay. At the end of the day, nobody really cares. So I just sound like a normal dude that you got a hold of. Hey, if you have a property for sale, leave me your name and number and I'll call you back. All right. Let's just have a conversation about it. That's how I was taught to do it way back when. That's how I still do it to this day. All right. Casual. When you're done, similar, Joe?
Yeah, I might, sometimes I send I don't want to dive into the weeds, but it's very simple. It's Joe with Dream Big Land. Thanks for calling. Leave a message, or you can just text me back at this number.
Perfect.
And the cool thing about FreedomSoft is it also handles text messages. Somebody can text you back. I get a lot of sellers, Mike, that will text me a picture of the contract. So when I send the contract out, I'll give them 3 or 4 ways to send it back to me.
Yep.
And one of the ways is just take a picture of, sign it, take a picture of this and send it back. I'd say maybe 50% of the contracts I get is that way.
Yep.
They get it in the mail, they sign it, take a picture of it, and text that number. And that's the great thing about FreedomSoft. It'll receive the image in the text.
Yep. Yeah, Joe, real quick, your video's lagging again. Can you do that thing you did yesterday where you lowered the resolution? I think that
Yeah.
seemed to fix it. Okay. We caught most of that though. So team, back to where I was. Simple message, right? Joe's saying the same thing. Simple message. When you're done recording it, speaking into your computer, the microphone on your computer, you just click stop. And then you come down here and you click save changes, and it will save that voice recording to your phone number. Okay? So nice and easy. The next thing that I want you to do is I want you to come over here and click call automation. We're going to set up the ability for you to live answer an inbound phone call. So if you have an offer that goes out and somebody sees your phone number on there and they pick up the phone and they call your number, you can set up the ability to live answer that. And the way we do that is we come right over here, right under phone. I'm still on the settings page. And I click on call automation, big blue button, right? Today's going to be follow the big blue buttons. And you just click add call automation. And I'm going to come up here and I'm just simply going to call it, not Ike, Mike's live answer. All right. Once I have it named, I come right down here, this big blue light gray button, add new step, and I'm just going to set up live answer. All right. And instead of forwarding to a phone number, pick user in the drop down on the left. And then over here, I'm just going to select myself. As simple as that. Okay. And then I come down here and I click create call automation. Now, once I've built it, as you can see, it only takes a couple clicks and a few seconds to create. Now I come over here and it says, okay, what number do you want to link it to? And I click the drop down and I just check the box. And now that live answer call automation is linked to my 314 St. Louis number. So here's what that means. Somebody calls that 314 number, my computer screen will ring. I can answer it on the computer. Or if you grab the free FreedomSoft mobile app on iPhone or Android and you download it and log in, your computer will also ring. Okay? So that's how you set that up. All right. That's what we want to do on the phone. Next thing we're going to do is make sure we have a campaign in place or a bucket that's ready to capture these inbound leads. So the way we find campaigns in FreedomSoft, come up here to your leads tab and go to leads inbox. Go to leads inbox, all right? And then right here, left of the big orange, this active conversations button, there's a campaigns tab, okay? And you are going to create a campaign if you don't have one. Now I have one in here. Let me do this really quick. Well, let me just show you how I built it, right? And you can see I called this SCAMP in all caps. That to me tells me it's a seller campaign. And then I named it St. Louis letter plus offer. And so you can do the exact same thing. Put in all caps SCAMP colon, and then put in whatever the name of the city or market is, letter plus offer. Okay. Now the way I created this campaign, very simply, big blue new campaign button. And then you give it a name. So this is where I typed in, right? St. Louis letter. I'll just keep going here. See if I can type today. Letter plus offer. Campaign type is going to be direct mail. The target is sellers. All right. So nothing to do there. Now this is where you can link your phone number. So my phone number is already linked to a campaign, but you want to make sure that your phone number is linked to the campaign. What that tells FreedomSoft is that anytime somebody calls or sends a text message to that phone number, to your FreedomSoft phone number, it automatically drops it into this particular campaign or bucket. So it stays organized. It also tells you exactly where that lead came from so that you know. All right. These things down here, workflow automation, don't worry about it. Web form permissions, don't worry about it. And you just click create and your campaign will be set up. So if I click into this campaign now, again, mine was already in place, but I come over here to phone number and you can see that my 314 number is linked to it. All right. So you can also, I'll just show you this really quick. If I go back to settings and if I go back to the phone page, you can also link the campaign right here on the phone page. So you can do the same thing from two different places. I can go into the campaign and link up the phone number, or assuming the campaign has been created, right, that I have it, I can just link it up right here on the phone page in settings. Okay. So now what we have is a phone number that's set up. It has your voice recording on it. And then what we did is we just made sure that we have a designated campaign or bucket to capture all these leads. And these are going to be from responses that we get from the outbound offers. Okay. So we have a designated bucket and that phone number is linked to the bucket. so that FreedomSoft knows how to store and where to store these leads as they come in. Okay. Next thing I'm going to talk about is the direct mail template. So Joe, let's do this. I'm going to show the template and the mail sequence, and then I'm going to jump into FreedomSoft and I'm going to show the manual method and the automated method. And then I'll hand the baton over to you, and you can show everybody the land template, all right, in the direct mail sequence, and you can go over that. And so we'll just kind of stay in our lanes, and I'll do houses now, and then you can do land here when I wrap that. So let's do this.
Mike, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're still kind of chopping for some reason.
All right. I'm gonna bounce out and come back in.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds good. I'll just keep going.
Right back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so team, let's go over the direct mail template for making an offer on a house. All right, that's what I'm going to show you next. And it's already preloaded into your account. So you already have access to it. I'm just going to go through it with you real quick and hit some highlights on it. Obviously, you can go in and read it. So where I'm going to find that is I'm still on my settings page here. All right. And I'm going to go a couple up from the phone, and I'm going to click on templates. And then once I get to the templates page, I'm going to come over here to this tab in the middle of the screen called Direct Mail Templates. And the one that you're looking for, everybody, is called C1A, We Buy Letter Plus Offer. And then in parentheses here, you likely see no pick. Okay? C1A, We Buy Letter Plus Offer. And I'm going to click into it. Now, this is a 3-page letter. It's a direct mail template. All right? It's a 3-page letter. Page 1 is a cover letter that makes an introduction. Pages 2 and 3 are a 2-page purchase and sale agreement. So when we say that you're sending out an offer, you are sending out an offer with paperwork, all right? A formal offer, which when it shows up, gets eyeballs. That's why we do this, all right? Because it's effective. So let's go over this quick. I'm going to go back to page 1. And you can see it starts right up here, big eye-catching cash offer included in bright green. All right, and then it says call or text to discuss. Now, this is a merge field right here, team. This merge field will put in automatically your FreedomSoft phone number. So in my case, the 314 phone number that's in my FreedomSoft account. Then it comes down here and it says, hey, property full contact name. So this will put in the owner's name. All right, again, it's another merge field. I noticed your property the other day and wanted to connect to get you this written offer for, here we go, here's another merge field that drops in their property address. All right, so personalizes every single offer that you send out. We buy houses in the area. All right. Even if the property needs a lot of work, I would like to buy it so you don't have to fix it up yourself. Right down here, I'll buy. Again, it puts in the property address as is, do all the repairs. I can pay cash and close on a date that's convenient for you, blah, blah, blah. You can read it. Just call me. Now, team, back on day 1, I briefly mentioned intent and capacity. I'm going to bring it up here again just for a quick second. Intent is when you send out an offer like this, what is your intent? All right. Your intent is to buy the property. That's why we're making an offer. And that's not a surprise to you. That's what an offer means. I would like to make you an offer at this price to buy your house or your land. Capacity is another word that goes along with intent. And capacity simply means, do you have the ability to perform according to the intent? Now, here's why I bring this up. Because this first page here uses the word cash. Okay. So if you go to make an offer and you go to offer somebody $65,000 to buy their property and you use the word cash, your intent is to buy the property for cash. And then the capacity word would come into play and say, okay, do you have 65 grand to go back up the offer that you just made? So here's what I'm telling you. If you have the cash, fantastic, leave this as is. If you would make an offer and your capacity to close would mean that you borrowed money, which is a really common way that investors buy real estate through bank lending, hard money lending, private lending, whatever the case, and you would use financing, then just simply change up the wording a little bit. All right. You could come in here and say, I typically use financing and can close on a date that's convenient for you. So here's all I'm telling you is to make sure that the capacity matches the intent in what you're saying. If you have the cash, I would tell you to leave it as is. Okay. If you would be more prone to use financing, change this out. This is just a text box. and change this to say, I typically use financing and close on a date that's convenient for you. All right. Very simple little change in there. Okay. So let's keep coming down. Again, you can read through this. Now, team, here's what you need to make sure you do. I need you to go through this template and make sure, like right here, if you see your name here, obviously you're going to type in your name. And this uses, it's in blue by design, and it uses a handwritten font. That's all by design. Right below it, don't send it out where it says your company name goes here. Type it in. Right? Type it in. So I need you to go through this. Just read through it, right? Take your time. It'll only take you a few minutes. But if it needs your name, put your name in. If it needs your company name, put your company name in, okay? So I'm going to copy that, my company name, because there's a few more places we're going to put it. So then we come down here, the end of page 1 for a fast, fair, no obligation offer, call, bam. And again, that's a merge field that'll put in your number automatically, all right? Okay, down to page 2. Now, this is the first page of the 2-page purchase and sale agreement. So here we go. It's going to put in the current date. It's talking about who's the seller, who's the buyer. Now, team, right here is the buyer. All right. Again, this is why I want you to go through it. Put in your company name. Okay. We keep coming down, and this paragraph talks about the property county, address, city, state, zip. Now, right over here, remember when we prepped the offer price in the homework yesterday, and you prepped 30 out of your list? You input an offer price and you turn them green. That offer price that you put in, whether manual or dynamic, right, or automated, I'll show you all about this, but that offer price is going to automatically merge right there onto this template. Okay. Then we come down here. It talks about closing costs, and typically buyer, that's us, that's you, that's me, agree to cover the closing costs. Obviously, you can move that around if you want to. I would recommend that you leave it there. Okay. Current rent and security deposit. I built a vacant list, so these are both NA. Inspection days is automatically built into 20. All right. So that's page 2. Now we come down to page 3. Now, closing. There's a couple different ways you could do this, and I'm going to show you a manual method and then the automated method. Okay. So the manual method, this will have a closing date merge field, and it'll look like that. And if I move that out of the way, don't get hung up on this. This would be where the title company goes. You don't have to have a title company selected right now. So we just put in TBD, to be determined. Okay. So that's where that merge field goes. When we come back and I show you the automated way for this, we can change that out. Okay. I come down here. So governing law, I built a list in the state of Missouri. And so what I want you to do right here is type in the state that you built the list in. Type in the name of that state. All right. Additional terms is NA. You can see down here, this offer shall remain open till 14 days after the contract date. So 2 weeks. Why does it go out 2 weeks? Well, because it takes typically 6 to 10 days to get the direct mail there. All right. And then it leaves multiple days for the recipient to review this. And if they want to, right, if they agree to the price, they can just sign it and send it back to you. But we do put an expiration on it, on the house one. Okay, then we come right down here at the bottom. Now, team, if you see your name here on this, I just want you to delete it. Okay, let the seller sign it first. This goes back to the intent and capacity thing. Let them sign it first. And then when you get a signed contract back, you can then add your signature to it. So I left that on there to say, if you see the place right here on the signature line that says your name here, just delete it. If it's already blank, perfect. I just wanted to make sure that it's going out without your signature. We're going to let the seller sign first. Okay. Now, right down here, company name, again, drop in your company name. All right. So it's just missing your signature, but that's by design. Let the seller sign it first. Okay. So team, that's the 3-page template. It's not overly complicated, but what I do need you to do is to go through it and add your, let's just review it quick. You're going to add your name on page 1. You're going to add your company name on page 1. You're going to come down here, the top of page 2 as the buyer, add in your company name. All right. come down here on page 3. Make sure, let's see here. You likely see a merge field here for the closing date. TBD, type in your state where you built your list. Okay. And then make sure your name is off, no signature. And then make sure that the company name is in there. And I can just go over here and remove that element so there's no signature even on there. Okay. When you're done with that, come up here and click Save Changes. All right. You want to make sure that you save the updates that you just made to it. Okay. Team, that's the template for houses. Joe's going to show you the template for land here in a little bit. That's the template for houses. So what I'm going to do now is transition over, and I'm going to talk about what a mail sequence is in FreedomSoft. The mail sequence is the mechanism that controls the sending of a direct mail template. I just showed you a direct mail template. It's a 3-page letter. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to go back to templates over here on the left-hand side. And I'm back on the settings page where I started a couple minutes ago. And I'm going to come down here and click on mail sequences. All right. Now, in your account, you will see multiple direct mail sequences. Okay. Most of you are Joe McCall students and you have Joe McCall's version of FreedomSoft. You're going to see a bunch of land specific sequences in here. Okay. That's perfect. Well, those were all pre-built for you. But what I'm going to show you for this challenge, and for those of you that are making offers on houses, is you are going to see a template in here called letter plus offer. And again, that matches the name of the direct mail template. Remember, it was called the C1A letter plus offer. So all these things are congruent. So you have a direct mail sequence called letter plus offer. Now, when I come over here and click edit on this direct mail sequence, you're going to see that this letter plus offer sequence sends out the C1A We Buy Letter Plus Offer template. That's the template I just showed you. All right. Now there's a couple things that you need to make sure are connected with this template. So I'm going to come down to this template and I'm going to click edit. All right. On the C1A Letter Plus Offer little pencil icon. Click edit. And right here, team, you want to make sure that this radio button is set to lead campaign, just like you see on my screen right now. Excuse me. Then you are going to select and make sure you have the right campaign selected down here. And you'll know that you have the right one when you select it and your phone number automatically shows up below it. All right. So your 314 number, when you pick the campaign, in my case, it's a 314 number, but your FreedomSoft number that we just made sure was linked to the campaign a couple minutes ago is going to show up right here. That's perfect. That's what you want to see. Okay. Then you need to come down here and click on return information. Now, it may already be filled out. Great. If it's not, you have to put in your name, your company name. The post office will not deliver, and we all know this, right? But the post office won't deliver any mail piece that doesn't have a return address. Okay. So you're going to make sure your name is in here, your company name. All right. I don't know why my name is in there twice. Company name, and then address, company address if you have it, but you have to put in an address. Maybe your home address if you don't have a company address. All right. But you have to have address information in here, or FreedomSoft won't let you send this. It won't let you send direct mail. They'll all fail because that's a postal service requirement. Okay. When you have the campaign selected and you see the correct phone number, and when you have the return address info filled in, you're going to come down here and click save. And then I'm going to click update direct mail sequence once again. And now the direct mail sequence is ready to go. Okay. It's the direct mail sequence again that controls the sending of the templates. All right. And you can see that this particular direct mail sequence sends this template and it sends it out immediately. So there's no delay on it. Okay. All right. Team, we've covered the phone setup. We've covered the campaign setup, which is the bucket to capture all the inbound leads. We talked about the house offer direct mail template. I just explained to you what a direct mail sequence was. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over I'm going to go back into that list, right? Our setup is ready to go. And I'm going to show you how to make some manual offers. And then there's a couple little minor adjustments we're going to make to the template for those of you that have the market analyzer and the automation. And so you definitely want to pay attention to that. And also those of you who still intend to get it, you're going to pay attention to that automated section, and then I'll hand the baton over to Joe. So here we go. We're about to go. I'm going to show you manual first, but we're about to go, and I'm going to show you how to do it and make an offer. I'll make a couple. All right, here we go. So my setup is good. I'm going to go back up here to my leads tab in the My List page, and here is the list that I built back on day one, and I'm going to click into it. All right, and I'm going to click View All. And now I've got 30 that I turned green. Okay, just like you should have 30 that have been turned green. So the 20 on the first page, and then 10 of them on page 2. All right. So I'm going to come back here to page 1. And again, this is the manual method. I'm going to click into the top one. All right. 1395 Bluefield Drive. And I'm going to scroll all the way down where you folks that are on the manual path, where you input the offer price. Okay. Now, I'm going to come over here. That closing date should be blank. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on this little calendar icon. And I want you to set the closing date out 6 weeks and then pick the nearest Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Obviously, if 6 weeks out is a Friday or Saturday, you can't close on a weekend. It's got to be Monday through Friday. But my preference is Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. If you have something happen at the closing table on Friday and you can't close, now you have to wait till Monday. All right? So that's the way that I was taught to do it. That's the way I've always taught people to do it. So in this case, we're going to go 6 weeks out. Now, why 6 weeks? Because we're going to allow a 2-week period, and I showed you this on the template, for the recipient, right, for the potential seller to review the offer and the contract I'm sending them. And then if they sign it, then we have roughly a 30-day closing. Okay? So all you have to do here is click on the calendar. And today is the 11th, and so I'm going to go 1, 2, and then I have to go into January, and that'll be 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, 6 weeks out is a Wednesday. Perfect. Closing date, January 22nd, 2025. Okay? And I come right over here, and I save that. Now, team, here we go. I'm going to go back up to the top of this screen, and I'm going to click the big orange More Actions button. And when I click that button, the selection that I want, or the action that I want to take, is I want to send direct mail. And so I'm going to click Send Direct Mail. And then FreedomSoft is going to say, great, what sequence do you want to use? Well, I want to use the letter plus offer sequence that I just showed you. And so I'm going to click on it. Now, team, the first time you do this, come over here and click Preview. It's this little icon, the little eyeball. You put the mouse over it, it says Preview. Click on it, right? It'll open up a new tab, and it'll generate the preview. So you always want to check this the first time you go and send direct mail. Check a preview, right? And what FreedomSoft is doing when you generate this preview is it's having a live time conversation right now with the direct mail place that we use, the company that we use, and it's communicating, and it's taking this exact template from that exact property and address, and it's sending it over, and it's generating the actual preview that would go into print. And the reason that you want to do this is because if we have a mistake on there, or right, something that needs to be changed, we want to catch it now before we actually go and send this. All right. So here we go. You can see it took, I don't know, 30, maybe 45 seconds to spin that thing up. So here we go. My name and return address. Here's the recipient, TH Property Owner 1 LLC. Here's my 314 number. All right, we're looking good so far. So here we go, scroll down. Here's my name, company name. Here's again is my 314 number. So page 1 looks good. We come down to page 2. We have today's date. We have the seller. My company is the buyer. Property information. Here's my offer price, $86,600, right? Keep coming down. 20-day inspection period. Down to page 3. Here we go. I didn't intend for this to happen, but this is live television. My closing date, that merge field didn't fill in. So somehow I have a disconnect between the closing date field on my template, on my direct mail template, and the one that's that I put the date in. All right. So your account shouldn't have a disconnect. I'm in an account that's had multiple versions of these templates added to it over time. Yours should be okay. But team, this is why we check this. This is why you generate the preview. All right. For this exact thing right here. Okay. TBD. That's fine. That's what I want. State of Missouri. NA, I come down here, no signature, my company name, and today's date. So it's perfect except for the closing date. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close out that preview. I'm going to go back to my settings page, back to templates, right? Because the issue's on the template, back to direct mail templates, and I'm going to click into my C1A We Buy letter plus offer, and I'm going to come down here for the closing date, and I'm going to get rid of that merge field, and I'm just going to put in 30 days. Let's do 30 days from signing. Okay? 30 days from signing. You can have an exact date. You don't have to have an exact date. 30 days from signing means what date was this contract signed? Add 30 days to it. And then some of you are thinking, well, what if that's a Saturday or Sunday? We can just adjust it. All right. The goal, team, in making offers is to get you in communication with the seller, with an interested seller. That's the main goal. So let's not get tripped up on something like this. All right. This will work just fine. 30 days from signing, and I'm going to save changes. So now everyone that I send is just going to say 30 days from signing. That works. Okay. So back to the record that I was in. And let's see here. I'm going to go back to my list, and I'm going to click into it, and I'm going to click view all, and I'm going to click into this top one. And now I know it's good because I just fixed, there was only one problem on the template and I just fixed it. Okay, so here we go. Big orange button, send direct mail. All right, the template I want is the letter plus offer. Good to go. I agree to it and I click send it, and it's out the door. Now, to keep this organized, all right, when I go back into my list and this view all page, watch this. Over on the left-hand side, as I work my way through this list and make offers, I created a group. This is a custom group. So over here it says groups, and there's a little gear right here. And I click on manage, and all I did was I clicked new group, and I typed in offer sent. All right, and then I clicked save changes. And now I have a new group over here. Well, I just made an offer on this top property on 1395 Bluefield Drive. So I want to get this out of my inbox and over into my group because that one's done. So I'm going to select it. So I've got one record selected. Come up here to the group button in the gray toolbar. Move to, and I want it over in the offer sent group. So now I have 1,421 records in the inbox, and I have one in the offer sent group. All right, next one. Christopher Ronan. Let's do this one too. Scroll down to the bottom. Make sure my offer price is in there. Even $94,000. Come up here to the top. Big orange more actions button. All right. And send direct mail. And the direct mail sequence that I want is the letter plus offer. Now I checked the preview on the last one, and these are all using merge fields. So you just have to check the preview one time and make sure it's good to go. All right. And I accept it and I click send. Okay. And then when I go back to my list, right, this one is now group move to offer sent. It's out the door. Okay. Manual method. That's how you're going to do it. Your offer price is in. You're going to go through and check the preview just like I did the first time you send it. Make sure everything looks good. Make sure your name is on there. Your company name is on there. I had a missing field. I'm actually glad that happened. I didn't intend for it. I'm glad it happened so I can show you why we generate the preview. Okay? That's exactly why we do it. So manual, folks, you're going to go through these one by one just like I just showed and send them out. And one by one, you're going to move them into your offer sent group. All right? And when you're done, right, because you already see this coming, you prepped 30 yesterday. These 30 offers are going out today. So we'll talk about the homework here as we wrap. But all 30 that you turn green, when you've completed the homework tonight, will be in your offer sent group, and those 30 will be out the door. I said it yesterday on day 2. Day 3 in the challenge is a game-changing day. All right? And this is why. So this is why Joe and I get excited to deliver this, right? Because we know the breakthrough that happens for you on day 3 in the challenge, which is awesome. Okay. Automated, folks. Automated house folks. Are you ready? Here's what you're going to do. So we generated dynamic offers for all of these properties. What we need to do now is get this dynamic offer field onto the direct mail template, right? Because we're not going to use the manual offer price field that we had to fill in. We had FreedomSoft generate the dynamic offers. And so we just need to get these onto the template. All right, so watch this. Here we go. Settings page, templates, direct mail templates, and the same one, C1A We Buy Letter Plus Offer. I want you to go through it just like I went over a couple minutes ago. Make sure your name is on here. Make sure your company name is on here, okay? Come down to page 2. Make sure your company name is on here. But right here, you are going to swap out this offer price merge field, and we need to get the dynamic offer field in there. So I'm going to highlight that and delete it. So now there's nothing in this text box. And we come over here on the left-hand side of the screen, and there's a drop-down called Seller Variables. Click on it. And I believe it's near the bottom. It should be. Scroll all the way down. This is a big list of variables, right? Scroll down to the bottom, and here's dynamic offer. And all you have to do is click on it. And it pops that merge field in over here, property dynamic offer. All right? Make sure you get that field in there. Come down here to page 2. I want you to make sure that your closing date in this text box just says 30 days from signing. Okay? Make sure your state's in there. No signature. Make sure your company name is right there. And then this merge field for current date can stay. And you're going to come up here and click Save Changes. All right? So it's really everything I told everybody else, right? Even the folks on the manual path. But make sure that dynamic offer field is in there on page 2 for the purchase price. Okay? All right. That's ready to go. Let's go check it. Now, automation. Watch this, right? And you already know what's coming. We're just going to select all these and send direct mail, and the offers are out the door, right? You can literally go send your 30 offers as your homework tonight. Once your template's dialed, I mean, you can do it in a couple seconds. The longest thing that you're going to have to wait for is the preview to generate. Okay, here we go. Back to templates and back to my list. Let's see here. Leads, my lists, and click in here. View all. Now, team, all you're going to have to do is select all 30. Select the 20 on the page. Go to page 2. Now, I have 18 left because those 2 went out the door, right? Bam, 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 bam. So 28 are selected. I did 2 manual. These are the remaining, okay? You're just going to select all the ones that are green. Big orange button. More actions button. Send direct mail. All right. Which sequence do we want? We want the letter plus offer sequence. Generate the preview. Okay. I just made a change. I got my dynamic offer field moved in there. Anytime you make a change to a template, as a rule, generate a preview. All right. You don't have to generate a preview every single time, but the very first time you go to send direct mail, generate the preview. All right. So this will spin up, and we're going to double check it. And then again, on the automation path, right, you're seeing the power of this. Check the preview to make sure we have everything set up right. But once this is good to go, select all 30 records, click send direct mail, approve it, and it's out the door. Okay. Literally the homework tonight will take you, like I said, this will be the longest piece of it as you wait for FreedomSoft to talk to the other tech company and spin up the preview. So Joe, I'm going to get through this here. We're going to double check this preview, and then I'm going to have Henry pass over and you can share your screen, but let's just spin this up and make sure it looks good. And if it spins for too long, I'm just going to send it over. This is 2 tech platforms live time communicating with each other. All right. So let's do this. We can check it later. It typically spins up a little quicker than this. But team, once that preview looks good, just like you saw me do before. You come down here, accept the terms, and you click send, and they're out the door. All right. It's as simple as that. I'm going to check it one more time. Yeah, Henry, oh, there it is. Okay, rock and roll. All right. Here's my 314 number. Here's the seller. And it just grabs the top one or one from the list that you're going to send. All right. It's not going to generate 28 previews, just one. Here's my name, ABC Investments, 314. And I come down here, today's date, my company name. Here we go. Here's the dynamic offer price, $65,700. All right. So we're looking good so far. Let's go check page 3, 30 days from signing, TBD, state of Missouri, 14 days, rock and roll, my company name, and it's good to go. Preview is good. All right. Back in here, accept the terms, click send, and those are in the queue. Just like that. All right. That's all it takes. Again, the power in automation. Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to show on houses. So Henry, if you can flip over to Joe's screen and he can take it away. Joe, we can't hear you. Can you hear him, Henry? Yeah, no volume. I'm not hearing him either.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Man,
now we can.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Check 1 2. We got it.
Yes. I don't know what's going on. I've been having the biggest hassles ever in the history of.
Hey, you're good now, man. You're loud and clear, so we're good.
I'm on my laptop. I'm on my hotspot. Our Wi-Fi went out, and so anyway, I'm just going to walk through real quick how I do this for land, how we generate the contract, and how we send them out. Very simple. And Mike, please feel free to redirect me or correct me if I'm doing something different or wrong.
Cool.
So here we are in FreedomSoft. Zoom in a little bit. We've got our list that we were looking at last time, Citrus County, right? I go to view all, and I'm going to sort this the way I had it sorted before. And you can see, remember we did the dynamic offers in here, okay? If I wanted to, let's just click on this one, for example, and I wanted to find what this property was worth, I could just quickly go to Redfin, put this property in there, click nearby properties, nearby homes for sale, sort from low to high, look at actives, pendings, and I want land only, and I'm going to start zooming out. All right, I'm going to sell, just looking at these prices, right? I'm going to sell mine for 15 grand. And so let's just offer 40% of that. So 15,000 times 0.4, I'm going to offer $6,000 for that property. So I just scroll down here, offer to seller right there, 6,000.
Yeah, just make sure that they're in the right field, right? So you have a couple. Yep. I think yesterday you were talking about the net field.
Yeah, net offer to seller.
Yep. Okay.
And let's put offer expiration date January 3rd. $6,000. That's it. I'm going to change it to green. And I'm going to go here to more actions. Send direct mail. Now I have a sequence. Did you want me to walk through the template and the sequence, or?
Let's just do a single step one, since not everybody has the multi. So just do whichever one just has that initial offer tied to it.
All right. Well, it's this one, and it's a one-page.
What was the name of that sequence, Joe? Because all of your students have it as well.
It's called 1C Blind Offer 1.
That's the one, team. 1C Blind Offer 1.
Yeah. So I've got a bunch of them in here. Do you see the drop-down menu? Is that showing?
Yeah, we don't see the drop-down menu. We just see your selection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if I were to click that, you'd see all of the options there. And the preview's working here. My internet's really slow right now. But while that's going, let me just open a new tab. And I'll show you, if you go into settings, templates, these are all the templates that you have. And one of them is right here. It's called blind offer. And I'm just going to open that up. This is the letter, and these are the merge fields. And you can see it's merging that field. It's called net offer to seller right here.
Yep.
And unlike the houses one that FreedomSoft uses, mine is just one page. It says, hey, I can offer you this for your property. And then I even tell them, hey, please consider my counter offer here. And they'll write in sometimes a higher number. And so that's the template.
Bill,
now,
this is what you were saying, just real quick. This is what you were saying, that you've had people just take a picture of that using the camera on their phone and then text it to you after they sign it. And now you have a signed contract.
Yeah, that's it. And it shows up when they text it back to me, it shows up in FreedomSoft.
Right. Which is killer. Yeah. I wanted to bring that up because if you're ever talking to a seller and they're getting tripped up on how do I get this to you? I don't have a scanner. I mean, heaven forbid they say fax machine, right? Say, oh, no. Watch how simple this is. Sign it, snap a photo of it, and then text me the picture and you're good to go.
Yeah. I should have had some. I've got some that I could show you right now on my other FreedomSoft account. But it was the same contract right here. This is it.
Yep.
It has my reference ID, which is really important with land right up there. Yep. And this is the long APN parcel ID number from the county records. This is the acreage. This is the county. And I'm going to offer them $6,000 right here. And it's got some contingencies there. They can write a counter offer in. Notice I'm not signing it. I just let them sign it. I'll sign it afterwards if it's a good deal, if I want to do it.
Yep. Yeah. Same on both houses and land. Let the seller sign first.
Now, this phone number right there is my FreedomSoft phone number. So it tells them, one, fax it to me. Now, I probably need to just take that out because I do have a fax. Hardly anybody ever uses it, but sometimes you get it.
You're the last one I know, Joe, with a fax.
Yeah. But see, they can text a picture to this number. That's my FreedomSoft. They can email it or mail it. All right. And if that looks good, I click close preview. And I click I accept. Boom. Send. Yep. And then I'm going to change the status to offer number 1 cent. I like to change the status as I do this. Okay. Now, if I go back to that list, you can see now I have that one as a status, offer number 1 cent. Let's go back to the news, the new ones. And if I wanted to send now with the dynamic offer, I remember.
Will you do one more manual and click through Redfin just a little bit slower?
Sure.
And show everybody. I was trying to keep up with your clicks. You're so good on Redfin that you do that pretty fast.
All right. So this is a property I want to make an offer on. And the address is right there. I'm going to copy the address to my clipboard. I'm going to go to Redfin. And I'm just going to put it in Redfin. Open it up. That's the property right there. It's off market. I'm going to click on this little thumbnail, this image. It opens up the map. Then I'm going to click on nearby homes for sale right down here. And it opens up another window with my property right in the center of that map. Right? Then I'm just going to set my filters here. I'm going to do for sale. I want to look at pendings and everything. And I want to look at only land. And I want the cheapest ones at the top. So I'm going to sort from low to high. And in just this tiny window, I've got 21 comps. If I want more, I just zoom out. My daughter's texting me asking for gas money. All right. So you can see now I've got 42 comps. If that's too many, just zoom in.
Yeah, I like that. Simple.
And my property is always in the center of that map. I'm just zooming in, zooming out. That's all I'm doing. You can do the same thing in Zillow. But now I'm looking at this and thinking, all right, well, this is pending because that's a good price. This one's still active. So I'm going to list mine but these are pending here. They're about similar sizes. So I want to sell mine. I'm going to put it on the market for $15,000. Half of that is $7,500 or 40% is $6,000, whatever, And so then I just put my number. I'm going to offer $6,000 on this deal. So I scroll down to my offer to seller, and actually it's this one right here. Net offer to seller is where it goes.
Perfect.
And I'm going to put an expiration date out middle of January. Now, I don't need to do a closing date because my letter says we'll close in 30 days. You could change that to I close in 90 days, whatever. So that's it. Then I scroll up here. I'm going to turn it to green. Oops, green. I'm going to go to more actions, send direct mail, choose that sequence called 1C blind offer 1. You can preview it, but when your internet's slow, it might take a little while. But if you know it's good,
Yeah,
your
your last preview works, so it should be good.
Yeah, it works. So I'm just going to click I accept, send.
Yep. Love it.
And then I change the status to offer number 1 sent. Now, let's say, let's go back to all my records here. And so now I see I have 2 statused as offer number 1 sent. I want to do the dynamic offers now. So I'm just going to do 20 of them. I just select 20. You can see I have columns right here for dynamic offers. I got something really cool I want to show you actually. I do this range postcard. Remember we talked about that before? If you go to templates, direct mail, you have a template in the Joe McCall signature edition of a range postcard. And this is, it looks kind of, well, it's not, it doesn't have the merge fields, but right there is where the merge fields go. But the dynamic one has the range in there. So those are like merge fields. So if
so Joe, what was the name of that one that you clicked on second? Because that has the dynamic offer low and the dynamic offer high, right?
Yes.
So land
right
seller 2A.
Yeah, land seller
price
2A.
range postcard. Okay.
Now, this one doesn't have the merge fields in there. It's really easy to add them in. Like I could do it right now. I go to seller variables and it's called offer range low. And then the next one is offer range.
Yeah, and that's a little tricky. I don't know why we can't see your drop down, but he's grabbing these from the seller variables drop down on the left hand side of the screen there.
So I'm clicking this thing, and the way StreamYard, when it shares screen, it doesn't share what you open up in your drop down. But
right.
I just find it and then I save changes. So now that merge field is in there. All right. So let me just show you real quick. Let me go to the mail sequences, make sure that I have that. Oh, it's at the top.
So Joe, if people are wondering, should I send the 1-page offer or should I send the postcard? Do you want to, you're showing 2 paths here, but if somebody's stuck in their head going, okay, I don't know if I should send the 1-page offer or now this range postcard, what do you tell them? Tell them the path.
I don't know. I mean, pick one. It's not a big deal. I like the 1-page letter. Yeah, just send that.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
All right. So I have this mail sequence set up for range postcard dynamic. And if I go into the mail sequence of this and I click here, you can see it has my phone number for my sellers campaign set up. And it's using this dynamic postcard right here. It looks sloppy now because it's a big, long merge field, but we're all right. So let me go back to my list. I'm going to click on new. All of these have a dynamic offer and the low high range. So I could select 20, go to more actions, send direct mail, choose that sequence, range postcard dynamic. I know you can't see that drop down. Let's see what it looks like. Let's preview one of them. And this is going to take a minute because my internet's slow, but it's basically, hey, we want to buy your property. It's really easy. We can offer between this and this. And, the price difference between a postcard, I always get better response rates with letters typically than I do with postcards.
That's a key statement that you just made.
Yeah.
Inside. That's a really key statement.
So that's what it looks like. That's what the postcard right there. And that's a Freedom Soft number. They can call or text that number. You see the reference ID at the top, so I can look it up when they call.
So, Joe, if somebody wanted to make bulk offers using the one-page letter, the only thing they would need to swap out is that net offer price field you use for the dynamic offer price, correct?
Yeah. So I'm just going to click. I'm going to go ahead and send these. All right.
Okay.
Let me just send them, and then I'm going to change the color to green. I should have already done that actually because the offer was made. And then I'm going to, since I just sent 20 of them, I like to change the status, update status to offer number 1 cent. I can change the status of all of them just like that. Okay, so now when I go into that list, now I got 22 statused as offer number 1 cent. So if you want, let me just do that again for the one-page.
Go swap out the dynamic offer price on the one-page template, and then go grab 20 more and send the one-pager.
So here's my direct mail template for the blind offer number 1. Now I already have done this, so I'm going to just delete it. All right, so here's my blind offer regular template, and it has my net offer to seller field right there.
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to go back to my templates, and I'm going to take that initial one I want to play with, and I'm just going to duplicate it right here. Okay, now it's called blind offer 1 copy. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to call it dynamic. I'm going to call it a 2 because this is kind of the second one I've done. And now I'm going to delete this merge field right here.
So that net offer field is going out.
Yeah.
And he's going to replace it with the dynamic offer field. I just want to make sure everybody's tracking with what's happening here. It's not complicated, but just stay with us.
And there's really good training videos in Freedom Soft on how to do all the direct mail stuff. So I'd really encourage you guys, if Freedom Soft is new to you or you're a little overwhelmed by this, watch the tutorial videos in Freedom Soft on how to do direct mail. It's very, I think it's easy, but if you've never done it before, I can understand why it might be challenging. So I'm going to click on the seller variables drop down right here. And I know you can't see it, but I'm just going to go right to dynamic. I just type in the letters DY and it takes me right there and I hit enter. All right.
So now that dynamic offer field is onto the same one-page letter here, the template. Yep.
So I'm going to click Save Changes. So I've made a change to the template. Real quick, though, I need to make a change. I need to make sure I have a mail sequence for that. All right.
Yeah. So if you would have just updated that field on the original template that was connected to the sequence, they wouldn't need a new one. So just explaining what's going on, because Joe duplicated that template.
Yeah.
He has a new direct mail template, right? So now he has to create a direct mail sequence that sends that specific template because he created a duplicate version.
So I'm going to remove the old direct mail sequence here just to show you how to create a new one. So again, we're in mail sequences. Here's the mail sequence that you have called blind offer 1. And I'm going to duplicate that. Now it's called blind offer copy. 1 copy, right? I'm going to click edit. And I'm going to change that to dynamic. I'm going to call it 2 just to make sure it's different. All right. Now, if I click on edit, it's grabbing the old template that has the net offer thing. I'm going to select the new template that has the dynamic offer in it. So I'm just selecting the new direct mail template. Now it already has my phone number. It's got my return address in here. My merge fields and the return address looks good. Click save, update mail sequence. We're good to go. So I'm going to go back to my list. Citrus County. I only want to send to the new ones I've not sent offers to. I click new. I'm going to select. I've already done the market analyzer. You see this column is already filled in, right? So I've got 20 selected. I'm going to go to more actions, send direct mail. I'm going to choose, you can't see the drop down, but I'm choosing that new blind offer 1 dynamic 2 sequence, and I'm going to open up the preview. So again, I selected that.
We can see it after you select it, just not with the drop down.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So let's see what it looks like here. And it's only going to give me a preview of the first one that was in that list that I selected. And it just gives a minute. But this changes everything. Like you can send 1 letter at a time, 1 postcard at a time, and you pay the same price per direct mail piece. Unlike other direct mail companies that you have to send a minimum of 500, or they charge you more when you're sending a smaller quantity. That does not matter here. So here it is. On this seller to Ryan Mitchell, Citrus 1022, there is the dynamic offer merged in right there. It's just 1-page letter.
Beautiful.
This is the FreedomSoft number. So if they text a picture of it, I get it. Looks good. Close preview. I accept. Send. Now I'm going to change the colors of those to green. And I'm going to update status to offer number 1 sent. And we're good. So if I go back to my list, you can see now I have 42 statused as offer number 1 sent.
Yeah. So team, you're starting to see the power in this, right? Especially on the automated side. You decide that you want to make 2 offers a day, 5 offers a day, 10 offers a day. Joe just made 42 offers while training on the on the whole thing in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
If he's not training and talking you through what he's doing, he go in here and make 42 offers in 60 seconds. Probably less than that if we're being realistic. So, hey, Henry, can you throw us back to my screen quick? And we'll put a stamp on day 2. Hey, I just wanted to say something. When I showed the house method, I built a group over here, offer sent, and I was tucking them into this group. Joe was using a status. All right. The majority, if not all of you, are on Joe McCall's custom version of FreedomSoft. And so you have that offer sent status. Either way, as long as you're organized, putting them in a group works, updating the status works. Either way works. Just so as long as you know that you built a list of opportunities back on day 1. Now we're on day 3 and you have all the pieces in place to start working through that list of opportunities and making offers. And team, you're seeing how powerful this is. And I told you early on, and I'm going to say it again, day 3 is a game changer day in the 100 offer challenge because offers go out the door. Many of you today, I'm going to say it again, are going to make more offers today than you've made in your life all days leading up to today. This is a big deal. So this should be a line in the sand week. It should be a breakthrough week. And you're specifically going to look back on day 3 in the 100 offer challenge and say, that's the day everything changed. And you're seeing that this is literally, there's a little bit of setup. Make sure your phone is set up. I showed you how to do that. Make sure your campaign's in place, right? Make sure you do that. Go through the template quick so you know what's going out. Make sure your name's on it, right? Just make sure it's ready to go. But once it is, and once that system, it's mostly built for you. You have to do things like add your name and add your voice recording. There's just a little bit of setup. But now that system is set up, you're going to make your 30 offers today per the homework. You're going to make 30 more tomorrow, and you can continue on in next week and the week after that and the month after that and the quarter after that and the year after that. The system is built, right? The system is built. We're on day 3 of the 100 offer challenge. The system's in place. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about some additional, some follow-up topics, and I'm going to show you how to stay organized, which is really, really key. But team, the system's in place. It's ready to go. You can make daily offers, right? You never have the excuse again, I'm not making any offers in my business. If that's what you're doing, you're just choosing not to. That's what it comes down to. Okay, let's do this. Let me go back in here. Get access to the technology. When you're VIP, access to FreedomSoft, long-term access to these videos, these trainings, if you want to go back and review them again. JoeMcCall.com/100VIP. get access to Market Analyzer. You saw how fast this is. It's an absolute game changer from a time standpoint. Your time is valuable. Use the automation. That's joemccall.com/100 fast. Now, team, as we wrap up day 3, all right, the excitement should be at an all-time high in the 100 Offer Challenge, okay? Go send the offers. Send the offers out the door on the 30 that you turned green yesterday. That's step 1 of the homework. Step 2 of the homework is to prep 30 more. You already know how to do it. Prep 30 more and turn them blue. We're going to prep those for tomorrow. All right? Go into the Facebook group and post that you got them out the door, and then give a few other people a high five. That's the homework here on day 3. All right? This is a game-changing day. Yeah. I'm excited for you. Joe's excited for you. Henry's excited for you. And all of you that are in the group saying I'm all in and I'm an action taker, you should all be excited for each other, right? You're not alone in this. There's community. We're going through the 100 Offer Challenge with you. Joe just threw 42 offers out the door, all right, in a matter of minutes. You saw how simple it was. He made a couple changes because he showed you a few different templates. But, you know, this system's in place.
Yeah, and this is so important too. Like, this is so customizable, right? Like, this is why I love it so much, because I can have it do whatever I want it to do. You may not, you can change my contract, you can change my letters, my postcards. And so I'm constantly, I'd encourage you to do that. Once you learn FreedomSoft, you can take the stuff we've given you and make a copy of it and change it. You can change the text. You can add different fields to it. You can send different things and customize it to the way you want it to do. You could add your logo. You could add your website. You could add, you know, I don't want to dive too deep in the weeds, but like, it's so customizable of what you're doing, whether houses or land. You might see a letter that FreedomSoft uses in the standard templates for houses, and you will say, I want to use that for land. And you can copy that letter and send it for land. So
change the wording.
Yep. Just change the wording. I'm excited about this, guys. Again, if you're a massive action taker, and you all said you were at the beginning, you all said, hey, I am all in. This is the time not to quit or give up. This is the time to double down and press in and make the offers. We got no excuses, 0 excuses. You know, I remember when I was first getting started, I wish I would have had a software like this, right? But man, I would print blank contracts and handwrite the dollar amount in and send them in the physical mail and fax them or email them. Yep. Like I don't remember why at the time, but I couldn't figure out how to make all of the fields merge and match in, you know, whatever. So I just printed a bunch of blank contracts, got a pen, wrote in the number, and put it in an envelope, stamp, hand address the envelope, and mailed them. Sometimes I would send them to realtors in an email or something like that. So
it's gotten easier.
Yeah, it's gotten so much easier now, but just send the offers. Just send the offers, because even if none of your offers get accepted this week in this challenge, you will have won, because you're now building momentum and you're now in the business of making offers. And you start building that habit a little bit here, a little bit there. Every day, send a few more offers. Whether you're using the dynamic offer thing that FreedomSoft has, or it's just manual process like I was just showing you, go to Redfin, look in the area, see what properties are selling for. Just sell yours a little bit less. Take that number times 40%. That's your offer. That's how easy this is. So
let's put a bow on day number 3, team. Here's the deal. Go get the homework done. Do not miss day 4. We're going to talk about follow-up automation. All right. 70%. Hear this again. 70% of the deals that real estate investors close come through some form of automation. So I'm going to show you tomorrow another system that, as you guessed, is already in place in your FreedomSoft account that you can use to follow up. All right. So we're going to talk about how do we take really good care, and how do we pay attention to our follow-up for the leads that come in, for the folks that aren't ready, necessarily to sell immediately, but we're still in conversation with them. So we have a bunch more content. We're going to continue on with simplicity, with systems, with the ability to scale. Go knock the homework out. Go get access to Market Analyzer. A bunch of you have already taken advantage of Market Analyzer, which is awesome. I know more of you want to jump on the automated wagon here. So go get that set up. joemccall.com/100fast. Get access to the automation. That's a wrap on day 3. And we're excited for you. Go take action. Be back here on day 4, and we will continue showing you how to use systems and automation to close more deals. All right?
Love it. Thanks, guys. Thank you, Mike.
Everybody. Yep. We'll see you tomorrow. Yeah. Take care, Joe.
Bye-bye.
Take care.